that and so many others are doing. They can't stop us all. There's more of us than there are of them. But you got to get in the arena. You got to get out of the bleachers, folks. You got to get on the field. That's where the animating contest is happening. Join your ancestors in the animating contest. Cease to be a spectator. Cease to be a programmable robot. Become a man, a woman. Now, I'm going to go to the caller who earlier, I'm going to have him briefly recap what happened to him when his wife threw him out and moved a cop in. Didn't even get a restraining order. He came home. They called the cops on him. He was going to finish his story, but briefly, I'm not going to belabor this. We sell great supplements at InfoWarsLife.com, the Nascent Iodine, the Super Survival Shield X2, the Super Male Vitality, the Super Female Vitality. All of it really is powerful, organic, and has done a great thing for me, and you've heard the reviews. And it helps fund the operation, which is very expensive, InfoWarsLife.com. Very expensive to run this operation, but you've been helping us do it. We've got more of the lung cleanse in. We've got a detox special, more than 25% off running right now with the Fluoride Shield and the Survival Shield X2, together both discounted. That's the best discount we've run so far. Introductory rate is very popular, so we'll do that while supplies last. InfoWarsLife.com. We still have the free stainless steel stands with 10% off, promo code WATER with all orders of the ProPure G 2.0 systems that cut out the glyphosates. That's the Roundup, the fluoride, and hundreds of other chemicals. I mean, how evilly sensational is that? That last week I saw a mainstream article they covered on the nightly news where, yeah, you heard a caller call in about it. Then I went and looked. It was an article. Yeah, cities are admitting because of disclosure that there's hundreds of toxic chemicals they add to your water. It's toxic waste that you pay to get from these companies, the aluminum smelters they put in the water. I mean, you know, that's so over the top. Can't we beat that? Can't we stop that? Well, if they won't do it at your city level yet, filter the water, support the broadcast. It's a win-win. If it's not a win-win, I don't promote it. InfoWarsStore.com for those, or 888-253-3139. All right, we got Frank and Phil and Jay and Steve that have been holding, in some cases, for an hour, and I apologize. We got another guest coming up, but I may back them off a little bit. No. Chad Cooper is on at the bottom of the next hour, so plenty of time. I'll get to everybody, I promise. I'm going to try to shut up and get to you, but wild horses couldn't drag me away from having the great honor to be speaking to you. Sir, finish your story in Minnesota. Recap it in 1 minute, and then in the 2 minutes we have after that, tell folks how it all ended. Go ahead.
Okay, so stay-at-home dad. The wife was taking over the family land development business, doing really well. I have a degree in music, so I was a part-time musician. I'd stay home with my daughter during the day and teach out of the house in the evening, and then gigs on the weekend.
Yeah, standard deal. And she married you, and that's what she did. So you show up, the doors are locked, there's a cop in there.
Exactly, yeah. The doors are locked, and I show up to give her a birthday present, trying to save the marriage. That's when I caught her with the cop. I didn't know he was a cop at the time, so I called the police, and then I started filming the whole thing and just calmly asked the guy if he's been around my kid, what's going on. She filed an order for protection on me, and that's when I finally got an attorney. We go to court, and it's thrown out because I have evidence and whatnot, and they knew they couldn't, fight me on it because I had the video. So right from then, I get temporary joint physical legal custody of my daughter. After being homeless at that point, then I get a job as a janitor, get a crappy one-bedroom apartment, and then ramp up to 50% time with my daughter. But in the meantime, I got to say, she packed my stuff up. I never got a choice in what I got. She packed up what she thought I should have.
I mean, this is the standard deal designed to break up families. So you said it was a police state story. How did it end?
It ends with me going to trial, but I just got to say that I had my daughter for 50% of the time, and then I asked for temporary relief because they weren't making an offer to me to end the divorce. She makes $6,000 a month. I was making like $1,200.
But you're a man. You don't. You got 1 minute. Finish it.
Okay, so I was denied that. Then, out of nowhere, she files a harassment restraining order on me for filming her at all of the exchanges and for sending co-parenting text messages. The harassment restraining order goes through, and in there they tell me I can't film her. They're violating my First Amendment right, and I can't tell my story. I can't put the video up. So,
well, look, she's done the wrong thing, ditching you and breaking the family up, which hurts your daughter. She needs to demonize you to feel good about what she's done. So I would just try to forgive her and say, for the best thing of our daughter, you did this to me, you know, be nice to me. I mean, have you tried doing that with her?
Oh, that's what the harassment thing was about. I was trying to co-parent and say, well, let's work this out.
Well, I mean, I know it's stacked against men. That's the New World Order. But, I mean, how's it ending now?
Now I haven't seen my daughter in 3 months because she took my daughter away from me on my parenting times, and I asked why. So apparently I need to have supervised visits. But it ended with me going to trial 2 weeks ago on my own because the attorney... How did it end?
We got 10 seconds. How did it end?
I spanked him. I caught her lying on the stand.
Good. You fought the long haul. You beat her. You beat her?
Yep.
Good. Okay, good. We got to go. That's okay.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
You've talked about it for a while. Now it's time to get your family the emergency readiness pack it deserves. And there's one site to turn to, TopPackGear.com. From large to small, you'll find kits for every purpose, and all of them can be customized by you. TopPackGear.com offers the best pre-built packs the internet has to offer, assembled using only high-quality products vetted by pros and chosen for the best balance of quality and value. Prepare, endure, prevail with TopPackGear.com.
Gentlemen, in search of $1 million smile that'll make them take notice, really get their attention? Then get the mud. My Magic Mud. The fluoride-free whitener with no chemicals, additives, GMOs, or bad taste. And safe to swallow. My Magic Mud detoxifies, reduces sensitivity, cleans and strengthens your teeth while it whitens. Comes as a powder for pure whitening power. Start looking good for that special someone. Get the mud now. MyMagicMud.com.
Get the most important package of information you'll ever receive in your life for only $10. The package includes 3 books and 7 DVD programs which cover biblical miracles and prophecy. The Shroud of Turin, The Third Secret of Fatima, What Really Happened to the Catholic Church, and more. Call 800-513-0029. That's 800-513-0029. Or go to VaticanCatholic.com. That's VaticanCatholic.com. 800-513-0029. VaticanCatholic.com.
How long would you last if all grocery stores ceased to exist?
Not in America. This can't happen in America. Because of my concern about our government, I was looking at survival stuff.
I was raised as a Girl Scout, and their motto was to be prepared.
Food for Patriots was an opportunity for me to be able to put some things aside. I said, well, this is a product worth having, seeing as it's so good.
Like the pricing for what I got. I like the containers they were shipped in.
They keep in touch with you. You get your emails. You get your confirmations.
The customer service is just absolutely fantastic.
Plan on buying probably about 4 more of these minimum.
And it just came so quick. It came right when they said it would come.
Thanks for supplying all this stuff for us, because I think we're all going to be needing it in a very short time.
Join over 50,000 Americans who have trusted Food for Patriots. Go to GetSurvivalFood.com to learn more. That's GetSurvivalFood.com.
No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now. No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now.
All right, let's go to your calls quickly now. Frank in North Carolina, you're on the air. Then Phil, go ahead.
I just had a quick point I wanted to make using a couple of names, individuals that can be looked up very easily on YouTube. George W. Bush appointee, Secretary of the Treasury, Paul O'Neill, and also the other one is Army General Wesley Clark. I'm pretty sure he's long retired now, but This Secretary of the Treasury, Paul O'Neill, he caught a bunch of flack for his estimate on the cost of the Iraq War. I remember seeing that all over the news back during that time, and they basically found a way to push him out, got rid of him. I think that he was in trouble about some other stuff that he was being honest. And of course, his estimate was actually quite conservative at the time, and you know, it's so far has surpassed and been.
Well, yeah,
dwarfed.
they said that we would make the money back on oil and make money, and now it's been how many trillions of dollars?
Right, but that's all a lie. I don't have the figures, but now there's something else, though, and you can go on YouTube and watch this. I don't think it ever aired, but he did an interview with Leslie Stahl of 60 Minutes. I believe it was unaired, but he stated that in the first cabinet meeting they had, now this was many months before 9/11, he said that they were told by George W. Bush that they were going into Iraq. Now,
No, I played that clip. He said... This is before they even got in office, and he was president-elect, I believe. They had the maps up on the wall. Yeah, no, I've seen the interview.
George W. Bush ran, and I voted for him, too, by the way. I'm not proud of it, but he ran on a non-interventionist policy, foreign policy. Now, he knew that was a lie. Now, I know he's not the brains of you know, the criminal group and whatnot, just like Obama obviously isn't, because he doesn't have a whole lot in the way of brains. But Army General Wesley Clark, you can go look this up. You can watch it real quick.
He said there was a plan to invade 7 countries. He's done 2 interviews. We've played it.
Yeah, he went and spoke with some of the people that used to work for him at the State Department and the Pentagon and whatnot, and they said, General, come here, we got to tell you, I got to tell you something. He said, not only are we going into Afghanistan, we're going into Iraq. And he said, Iraq? Why are we going to Iraq? And he said, oh, it's much worse than that, General. We're going into all these other countries. What I'm saying is the U.S. military is used. They're thought of as dumb animals to be used as pawns. They decide what they're going to do, where they're going to go, where they're going to intervene, where they're going to invade and take over, and then they fabricate a story to justify, to provide a pretext, to get, you know, to manipulate the sheeple to go along with it.
No, that is exactly, precisely what they do. And you basically quoted perfectly what Clark said. And it doesn't matter who we put in office, the Republican Democratic leadership is the same group. And you notice it just continues on. And it's not even to bring in an American empire or to put good governments in. It's to wreck and create destabilization. And, of course, Henry Kissinger famously said military men are just dumb, stupid animals to be used as pawns in foreign policy. And that, very well said, caller. Excellent call. Anything else?
The thing is, and I mean, I know it's painful to admit, but there is no noble cause in any of these wars. We're sold a bill of goods. It's all about deceiving, manipulating. It's all about control. In the end, and I hate to say it, I'm not saying there's not bravery, there's not courage amongst people in the military, but man, once you've done two or three, you know, enlistments, I mean, wake up, man. Don't you know you're being used? There's no noble cause.
Oh, no, they know you've woken up, so that's why you're Republican enemy number 1. We're going to go to break, but let's go out with one of the clips of Wesley Clark on TV saying what he just said.
I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, oh, it's worse than that. He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran.
We'll be right back, folks. 3rd hour coming up. Your calls. Special guest who's being censored. Part of this reign of censorship that's going on. Stay with us. PrisonPlanet.tv. Subscribe at PrisonPlanet.tv. Nightly news tonight, 7. I'll be back live Sunday, 4 to 6. I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my family so much get healthy and detoxify. Most people know that iodine deficiency has been a crisis around the world. Iodine is key to so many of the body's functions, especially the thyroid. I discovered a product being developed by Dr. Group. You now know it as Survival Shield, true nascent iodine that your body can really absorb. Then, about a year ago, he said, listen, if you think this is powerful, I'm going to come out with rare earth, deep earth crystals. And the results that I personally have had have been life-changing. Nobody else has got iodine based on these pure crystals, ladies and gentlemen. This is innovating, and the best part is it helps fund Infowars.com, the radio show, the TV show, the whole media operation promoting true libertarian ideas. For a limited time, experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2. Take advantage of this unprecedented 30% off Super Detox special at InfoWarsLife.com.